Phil, we didn't see José Caicedo out there. Is that visa? Is that injury? And is he available for Sunday's match?
We've got no update on the visa situation yet, but that can flip within 5 minutes. We've had a lot of luck. I remember when we signed Jonathan Rodriguez, I think it was last minute on the Friday, we managed to get a stroke of luck with the incredible work that everybody at the club does on these situations. So we are still really positive. I think because of his training program, he's trained every single day over the last 10 days he's been here. We just felt today, with it being a lighter type session, that it was better off him just being off feet, just to recover. There's lots of stresses in terms of moving countries, and we just felt today was one of those we can just recovering and make sure he's fresh for when he can be available, and hopefully that's Sunday.
For this game, obviously it's going to be dictated by which team can be better with the ball. How do you want to see the team play with the ball?
Yeah, well, look, I think in possession, out of possession is all connected. I think I get asked a lot about the number of goals we've conceded, and I know that a lot of the goals we've conceded is when we've turned over possession of the ball ourselves. So I think the in possession is something that we've always prided ourselves on. I think the quality of player now that we're getting back will help that. I think we saw that in Houston, and the attitude of the players this week has been phenomenal. I've seen a group that's focused. I've seen a group that's committed. I've seen a group that's been together. I've seen a group that cares passionately about the team, their teammates, and this football club, and that's what gives me great excitement for the game on Sunday.
Sort of just a general MLS question. What do you think of the new sprint season?
I love it. I love the calendar change. I think that will just make. I really think it's like a, what do you call it, a watershed moment. I think it's a watershed moment for the league. I really do. I think just making calendars is a big sign of that we're aligned with the best leagues in the world. And I think I don't see another league in the world at this moment in time outside of the obvious that's got the growth that we have. The standard of play, the standard of coaching, the standard of training facilities, stadium. I think it's elite, and it's really makes me really proud to work in this environment.
While Mosquera and Anthony were training with the group this week, do you just have a general injury update for everyone?
Mosquera, it was his first day training today. The quality that he brings, he's pushing like mad for Sunday. I think he spoke to me at 8 o'clock this morning, then 8:05, then 8:40. You know, every time I walk past him, he keeps saying LA Galaxy, LA Galaxy, LA Galaxy. He likes playing against the Galaxy, so we want to push. We want to push for that. Bassett, we think it's going to be okay. Anthony, we think it's going to be okay. Bonateg, we think it's going to be okay. Whether they're ready to start or not, that's something that we'll decide over the next 24 hours. I think if the game was Saturday, we probably wouldn't be talking like that. But the game being Sunday means that they're out there, they're competing, and we've got no time to waste. We need to win games of football. We need to pick up points. We need to play better, and that's been the message that's been resonated around this training ground from everybody.
Played 4 very different games against the LA Galaxy. Obviously, they had a rough start to last season. We were able to capitalize with a 4-2 win and a 1-1 sort of controversial draw at the end there. How are they a different team under the same coach this year?
I think with Greg, his principles and his style is pretty consistent, and I think whenever I've played against the Greg Varney side, it's always been a really good football game, and I think Sunday's going to be no different. It's going to be a proper football game. They're good on transition, we're good on transition. They like to keep the ball. We want to keep the ball better, and we feel as if we can. And like I say, I think the games that I've played since I've come to Portland against LA Galaxy are some of my favourite ones, both home and away, because I think you've got two managers, 2 clubs, 2 styles, 2 teams that want to play the game the right way, and I think that's why Sunday is exciting for everybody. I think the big message and narrative for me is that I think we owe our supporters a massive performance from every single one of us. We owe our supporters a performance, and I always think that I never focus on the result. The result is a byproduct of everything that goes with it, and if we have a together team, a together club, a together organisation, all on the same rope together on Sunday, we're going to win the game of football. and I want those supporters to be reassured that we're working every hour to bring them the success that they deserve.
Kevin Kelsey, he's only started one of the first 4 games
Yeah.
of the season. Just how did his preseason go, and is he still in contention for starting this game?
He's ready to play.
Any last questions in the room? Victor, we can take questions online.
All right, we're gonna get started here with questions online. If you do have one, please raise your hand and we'll call on you. We're gonna get started with Aaron Henson. Go ahead, Aaron.
Not again.
My microphone works.
Was that
Can you hear me?
Aaron from last
We
week?
can hear you.
Can you hear me?
One job.
We can hear you.
Yes, did it work?
Yeah, go for it, Aaron.
Thank you. James Pantemis, how's he doing after taking that knock? And also just with kind of the way the goal's been going for him at times, how would you rate his performance?
Yeah, well, I mean, the tackle last week was horrendous. Horrendous. And the attitude of the guy that did it after that incident was horrendous. And that's important to say. You know, we kept our cool in that moment, but it was one of those tackles that can cause serious damage. Studs right through the nose and the eye, and then his attitude afterwards was a disgrace. And it's important that we say that, because I think in football, you know, it's a tough game, it's competitive, but sometimes you just got to be humble as well. He's trained for the first time today in a mask. Obviously, that's a different type of thing to overcome when you're a goalkeeper and your peripheral vision and things are coming from left and right. So that's something that James has to get used to, and we need to do a better job at protecting him in terms of the shots that he's had against him, and that's from the whole team. We need to keep the ball better, we need to defend better, and we need to do both phases better. And if we do that, then James will be a top keeper in this league. We keep exposing him to 10 to 15 corners a game and shots from outside the box, then you know, if you enter the lottery and know if you're going to win it sometimes. So I think there's a clear direction there from us.